Hey everybody, it's Mavis here from Foxtarian. Thank you guys so much for 18 subscribers. We're almost there at 20. So today I thought that I would do something special and let you guys know why I am doing YouTube. I don't know why I made it two separate words. So it all started a couple of months back when I got some bad news. My father got cancer, and it wasn't terrible cancer, but it needed to be dealt with immediately before it became terrible cancer. So that's what happened. And it's not that we were worried about him dying or anything, it was just really stressful because he wasn't here to tell us he was okay, like he usually is when there's bad news. When Mom had her appendix taken out, me and my little sister were younger, and we were freaking out because she was throwing up, she was sick, and we didn't know what was going on. We thought she was dying. So we were sitting there crying, and of course we had our father there to explain to us that everything was going to be okay. And our mother turned out to be just fine. But none of us, not even my mom, knew how he was doing. I mean, yeah, we trust the doctors and everything, but it's just more comforting being younger and not understanding that much, especially for my little sister. It was a lot easier. Or it was a lot harder on her because we would get phone calls from the doctor. We would call them. We would actually call the hospital more than we probably needed to, but we would have doctors telling us that he was going to be okay one minute, and then that they were going to need to take his bottom teeth, which they did because they thought he was going to need radiation, which he did not. So I don't know why they removed his teeth, but it was just a precaution because they were going to fall out anyway, and it would have just been worse. A bunch of other stuff, and then we have therapists saying that he wasn't going to be able to talk. And then we also had them saying that he wasn't gonna be, like, perfect. Now my father is just as healthy as he was. He's a little bit skinnier because he didn't like to eat the food that they gave him, but push come to shove, he's just fine. Then, the second day of school of last year, me and my little sister, we were both going to a new school, and the two loves of my life, my pony Sally and my horse Buck, they got older, and we had to put them down. Going to a new school, I didn't really have that many friends that I had made yet, especially on the second day of school. I only knew one or two people, but they were in other classes, so I couldn't talk to them. And these guys were my very first horses, and since I was a little itsy-bitsy baby, I've been wanting horses. Sally came first, the beautiful pony on the left, and then Bucky, the one with me. They were both rescues from our animal control place. Sally was rescued from a field where people had just dumped a bunch of horses out in a wild field and let them run wild. They were saying that she was crazy, that she shouldn't be adopted, and because she was trying to bite people, because they took her whole herd away. The guy was so selfish that he didn't want any older horses, which is what she was. They took her son though, so of course you can understand why she was upset about that. And then Bucky we saved him from a child's camp. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, a child's camp, that can't be too bad. Look how skinny he is. Look at in here, all of that sunk in. That's Saddleback. They were riding these horses 24/7, and it was just terrible. I'm not going to say the place, but they're all taken care of now. They've changed their ways. They have nice fat horses now that they're taking care of. But he did pass away too. He was the first one to pass away actually, and I was left with Sally. And I remember only a month or two after him, she had to be put down because she was old. She wasn't doing well. And I do miss them, and I am sorry for crying about this. You never forget your first ones. You really don't. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm trying to be happy again. Oh, that really hurt what I just did there. And then after all of that, this bullcrap happens. My grandpa, my last grandparent that I have still left alive, he took a turn for the worst. He didn't die, but he is still weak from what happened. Him being my last grandparent alive and him living so far away, we couldn't talk to him as much as we wanted to be able to, and it was a really, really far drive. And especially when we live on a farm, I mean, it's kind of hard to just be able to get up one day and leave to go say hi to family members. I'm sorry, I'm still really sad. But he is fine. He did make as full as a recovery as he's gonna, because he is an older gentleman, and we still love our grandpa very much. In fact, we might be going to see him on Friday, me and my father, but we're not sure. Hopefully. And being in school kind of just brought my mood down more and more, because I was getting bullied for not having friends, and the mean girls who were bullying me weren't really helping my situation that much either, because it was a smaller school and they were known as the cool kids, even though they weren't cool at all. In fact, I almost got into a fight with the main one several times. I mean, it was just sent me over the edge kind of thing, and I just couldn't take it. But when all day, I would just think about going home and playing my games, playing on my computer, just getting on my computer. But I couldn't afford a lot of the games that I wanted to play. But then I realized, I mean, that made me sad, but then I realized that there's really cool dudes on YouTube who can afford doing this, and they record themselves doing it, and that just dried all my tears instantly, and it just made me really, really happy being able to watch them play, because they have so much personality, and it just was a real, real, real happy thing. But I found that I related more to Jack, because people would call me annoying and obnoxious and really energetic and like just always there. And I just got really into what I've been doing, and we're almost at 20 subs, and I'm really happy for that. But yeah, I mean, for some reason he just spoke more to me, and he didn't let anybody stop him. Same goes for Mark and PewDiePie. When they had all those haters, that they kept on going, and that was a really, really strong thing of them to do, and I'm very thankful that they did that. But again, I related more to him because he was so full of positive energy, and that's what I always try. That's what I was before last year. Last year was just a terrible year. Like, oh my god. Last year and the last 6 months of the year before that, or the last half year before that, it was just terrible. But watching him lit up my day. It really did. And seeing how happy Jack was able to make everybody, just by being himself, made me think, maybe I can make people happy too, just like Jack did. And that thought made me very happy, and it filled me with determination. That was an Undertale quote. So I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say that was why I started, and thank you, Jack, for being yourself on YouTube and being very inspiring. You've helped me with a lot, and you help millions of people